Welcome back to the JCPod, partner with Stare Down Sports. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, and wow. I thought today was going to be wild because we're going to be talking about playoffs. It's going to be more wild than that. We got coaches firing, we got coaches retiring. Man, we got some wild-ass news. Oh, by the way, people, welcome to JC Plays. This is a limited series that usually appears around when I just have NFL playoffs. How this is going to go today, pretty simple. We're going to burn through some NFL news. I'm going to break down the playoffs. I kind of did it a little bit Tuesday. I'll do it a little bit more today in depth. And while I'm breaking down the playoffs, I'm also going to go through my bets for each game. So breakdowns might be a little bit longer for each team. I'll try to at least timestamp it because hopefully my goal is to spend at least like about 4 to 5 minutes on each team. And then as the playoffs go on, I'll spend longer and longer and longer. But yeah, man, I don't want to talk about that. I want to get into some massive news first. There's two I don't want to know what to start with. So we'll start with the college ones, since college is basically out of the way. Nick Saban retired. Just announced last night. I couldn't get an article fast enough out on it to just talk about it. I mean, man, that is wild. I'm still, I don't think, like, fully over what happened. Like, Nick Saban's retired. He's done. That's very, very shocking. A lot of people were saying when he appeared on the Pat McAfee show that he was done. I thought it was hopefully going to be, not hopefully. I just thought about it like, there's no way he's done. He's probably at least got 1 or 2 more years. He's just starting to get into the transition of being done. No, his ass done. Sounds like he could be like an owner in the NFL, could do something else. But coaching-wise, it sounds like he is done coaching at the collegiate level, which is insane to think about. 11-time SEC champion, 6-time national champion. I think he had 49 total people go in the NFL first round, 44 from Alabama. That's a collegiate record. 202 wins, Alabama, one of the all-time winningest coaches. He's going to go down in history for sure. No, yeah, honestly, he's going to go down as probably the greatest collegiate coach of all time. Shout out Nick Saban, man. Wow. I still can't get over it, man. Man, where do I want to go next? Pete Carroll, gone. Bill Belichick, gone. Like, what? We can go through the Pete Carroll one first. This one's a little bit quicker. It sounds like he's done as the head coach, which is hilarious because I just came out with an article and I think talked about Tuesday how they plan on having him back. Apparently this is Pete Carroll. So this is a statement from the chair of the Seattle Seahawks. It said, after thoughtful meetings and careful consideration for the best interest of the franchise, we have amicably agreed with Pete Carroll that his role to evolve from head coach to remain as organization as advisor. Pete is the winningest coach in Seahawks history, brought the city its first Super Bowl title, and created a tremendous impact over the past 14 years on the field and in the community. His expertise in leadership and building a championship culture will continue as an inaugural part of our organization moving forward. Pete will always be beloved by a member of the Seahawks family. So yeah, his isn't as wild as the one I'm about to talk about next, but pretty much he is done as a head coach, going to stay in his advisor role, but man, some names. Dan Quinn, that's a name that's being floated there. I can't really think of any other ones. I don't know if there's any names I know Dan Quinn's the biggest one I've seen. Vrabel got fired as well. I don't know if I've talked about that yet. I can't wait to get to that as well. That's big news. What are the Titans doing? Bill Belichick, gone after 24 years. A dynasty we're never going to see again in the National Football League. 24 seasons with the Patriots, 6 Super Bowls. He finished with a 4-13 record this year, which is his worst ever. I mean, if you look at the talent on their roster, you can understand it. But a lot of that kind of, they say, goes on him because of he was also the GM. But yeah, the 71-year-old, he's 15 away. He's 71, which is crazy. Him, 71. Pete Carroll, 72. Two of the oldest coaches in the NFL. He is 15 wins away from John Shula's record of 347 victories. He's for sure going to get that somewhere else now, obviously. The real question, though, does Vrabel come in and take Bill's job? But I don't know. Shout out to Bill Belichick, though. One of the biggest assholes of my childhood. Anytime I wanted to root for Peyton Manning, it was this guy and Tom Brady in the way. But I mean that with the most respect in the world. Shout out to Bill Belichick, man. Honestly, massive, amazing, awesome career with New England. Yeah, man. It's just truly shout out to him, man. Awesome career. The fact that I woke up, that's the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning. First thing I saw, Bill Belichick, Patriots part ways after 24 season. It's like, what? Chargers are obviously a name for him to go to. Apparently Robert Kraft and Belichick are going to schedule to address the media at noon today. So we got basically about 3 to 4-ish hours till that happens. Man, that is wild. Speaking of like firings, Jaguars completely clean staff. There's a few other places that are starting to do the same thing. The Vikings, Deanny says his intention is to bring back Kirk Cousins. I don't know, man. I feel like they're going to end up drafting. I think that they're just saying that depending on who they draft. The Titans just interview Antonio Pierce. By the way, yeah, Mike Vrabel out as the Tennessee Titans head coach. I don't remember if I talked about it on here or not, but absolutely shocking firing. It seems like that's been going around lately. Honestly. They've announced the teams already that are going to be in the 2024 international game. I want to see if there's a quick way to look at it. Obviously, the Jaguars are going to be one of them. Chicago Bears are going to be another one. Carolina Panthers are going to be playing in Munich. Sounds like it's going to be Chicago, Jacksonville, the Vikings, and the Panthers. Those are going to be for sure the 4 teams going overseas. I don't know if there's any more. If there is, I haven't seen it yet. There's apparently somebody who was shot and killed outside a Bills fan was shot and killed outside the Miami Dolphins stadium. That's super sad. The Bears are reinstating Matt Eberflus, firing Getsy. Hayden Hurst came out and said too many people were in Bryce Young's head pretty much. Here, I'll read the stat for him. In my opinion, I think there were just too many opinions, Hurst said. Kind of like looking for the right answer from everybody, too much input, which sucks for Bryce. He had a lot of people in his ear telling him one thing, because when you come to places like Alabama, Saban is king, what he says goes. Yeah, I won't lie. It felt like there was too much going on in Carolina, and not in a good way. You could kind of tell with their season, but now hearing that it kind of messed up Bryce Young, not shocking there. NFL saw a 7% increase in their games this year. Not shocking. NFL's king. They just keep going up. Wink Martindale and the Giants mutually agreed to part ways. This went from not being mutual. It sounded like he basically cussed out Brian Daboll for firing 2 of the people that work with Wink the closest. So basically, he just ripped into him, cussed him out, slammed the door, and left. That's what it originally sounded like, but then it came down to both of them mutually parting ways. He has a year left under his deal. It's going to be very interesting to see who signs Wink. He's a very good defensive coordinator. So I'm excited to see where he's going to end up going. Yeah, past that, I don't know if Dustin Hopkins is unlikely to play versus Texans. NFL made up 93 of the 100 most watched programs in 2023. Imagine that. NFL, like I said, NFL's king. Peyton said he won't shut the door on Russell Wilson returning in 2024, which makes everything else they did just bullshit if that's the case. Steelers are sticking with Mason Rudolph for the hot hand. Titans fired Mike Vrabel. TJ Watt's going to miss the Bills game, which I'm actually about to talk about here in a minute. I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else I really see. And Dennis, I won't lie, all these coaches are getting fired, but the Saints are keeping Dennis Allen. That's just unbelievable in my opinion. Jaguars fired Mike Caldwell and other coaches. 49ers to try to interview Wilkes, and I think that's about where we're going to leave off. Yep. That should about do it. So yeah, like I said, a lot of NFL news. The biggest news is with the Vrabel news. Vrabel's gone. Pete Carroll gone. Bill Belichick gone. Saban retired. That's just insane. But yeah, moving forward, that means we basically are going to go into a playoff breakdown. Very excited, man. It looks like for the playoff picture matchups, we got Bills, Steelers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Texans, Browns, Ravens are on bye. For NFC, 49ers are on bye. Cowboys, Packers, Lions, Rams, Bucs, Eagles. If you're new to JC Plays, I'm pretty much this pretty much is gonna, I don't want to say turn it into a hangout sesh, but it kind of is. Basically, what I'm gonna do while I break down every game, I'm just gonna kind of go through my ideas, my thought process. I have no bets written down, absolutely none. I have ideas of what I want to take, but I'm gonna read through the lines, just kind of go with how we feel, because there's definitely I have bets, but I just haven't fully written them down, committed them yet. So we're gonna slowly but surely start doing that. This first one, I am gonna take, if it stays at -2.5. Love the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns at -2.5. I like that line. If it gets any higher than 3, I'm going to be for sure off it. Biggest thing is just rookie quarterback. I love C.J. Stroud. I love what I saw from him out of the Colts game, but he's a rookie. This first playoff game. He only had 5 road games this year. So it's just first time. I want to see a little bit more. Let's see what he does. Like I said, Cleveland is -115 for -2.5. I do not mind that at all. When it comes to touchdown scores, I am 1,000% getting on David Njoku +185. He is one of what's his name? One of Joe Flacco's favorite targets. Sorry, I don't know why. I just had to go brain dead to write that down. But yeah, David Njoku plus 185. Love the odds. I'm excited, man. That's probably going to be one. Amari Cooper plus 160. I also like as well. If you don't remember, last time these two teams played was like 2-3 weeks ago. Amari Cooper went for 200 yards. Absolutely shredded. Sorry, I cannot write for shit. I just had a brain aneurysm trying to write that. It felt like no, but Amari Cooper big. He was big for them. He was big for them in the pass game, and I mean, especially when it comes to the Browns. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how much of the pass game they're going to need. It's just really going to depend. If they can't get the run game going, I mean, we saw it with Cooper. Cooper went for 200 on them boys, so I think they could be fine there. I won't lie. This is like the game that makes me the most nervous because I kind of am torn. I kind of want to take C.J. Stroud after what I saw from him against the Colts. He played phenomenally, but at the same time, yeah, I don't think that. I just don't think it's a rookie quarterback thing. Like, if he wasn't a rookie quarterback, I'd probably feel a lot better about this. But he's a rookie quarterback, first time to actually get a chance to do it. I also have some fun playoff futures I will talk about. Here's one of them. David Njoku and Dalton Schultz combined for 200 plus receiving yards and 2 touchdowns is plus 1,200. I generally don't mind that at all. Will it happen? I don't know, but for the odd, I definitely don't mind the odds for that at all. The one that scares me the most, honestly, is the 200 yards. But, I mean, we saw what happened with David Njoku the last game the Browns played to earn the playoff spot. I mean, he was absolutely running all over whoever they played. And Dalton Schultz, he can get a good amount of targets. I feel like the Texans are going to have to be throwing the ball a lot more than they want to, especially with the run game just not being effective. I mean, their run game is horrid. That is the one thing they need to work on going into next year. The rest of these specials I can read out to you later because they have nothing to do with like specific teams. This is only so far the specific team special I have for this round, but I have some fun props I'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, touchdown scores wise, like I said, David Njoku, Amari Cooper. When it comes to receiving props, rushing props, Cooper's is over 78. I don't know. Njoku over 56.5. I kind of do lean, but I want to check what he's done the last few games. And I spelled his name wrong. You gotta love it. David Njoku, last few games, his 104, 91, 104, 44, 134. His overs at 56.5. He's gotten over 6'10", 6'6" receptions. So his over/under receptions is 5.5. I actually love that. He is on an NBA Jam when it comes to receptions. By the way, check out my Stay Down Sports article this weekend for these teams. I'm actually going to do the NBA Jams again. I didn't do it last weekend because it was Week 18. And I was just kind of waiting. This weekend, gonna happen. But yeah, Njoku over 5.5 receptions. He's done that 4 games in a row. He is on an NBA Jam. I love the idea of him having that many receptions. And honestly, if I'm gonna take him for that many receptions, I might as well double down on the receiving yards. That is 56.5 for his receiving yards. I do not mind that at all. Dalton Schultz is sitting at 41.5 again, same as last week, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Amari Cooper, 5.5 receptions. We'll check out Coop's stats for that. I don't think I'm going to take Cooper's, though. 3, 7, 4, 11. He's a bit more chaotic. His last game, 11 for 265 against the Texans. So, I mean, honestly, I would not mind his at all. But I'm going to pick one here, and I'm going to take Schultz over him. So, I'm going to probably stay away from the other one. Rushing props, Jerome Ford at 42.5. I mean, do they actually have Kareem Hunt's up? I don't think they do. They do not have Kareem Hunt's yards up. I will be interested to see what his are. I kind of might lean his because he's... But the only thing that kind of scares me is he got his very late last game. Last time I remember betting on him, it was really close. Like, I think it came down to like one of the 2 last 3 carries. And I need something else bad to happen for me not to win another bet to win this one. So it makes me nervous. Sorry if it feels like I'm all over the place this game. I'm just trying to gather it all in. 12 for 64, 15 for 25, 8 for 20, 12 for 51 his last few games. Yeah, they just split too much time. I'm going to stay away from that. So, yeah, official bets for this game. Cleveland minus 2.5. David Njoku anytime. Cooper anytime. Njoku, Schultz, 200-plus yards, 2 touchdowns. Njoku over 5.5 receptions and 56 receiving yards. I don't think I'm going to take any Texans. CJ Stroud's rushing over is 10.5. Let me see what his rushing yards are. I might actually do that one. He had 20 rushing yards last game. I mean, he's hit over this number 7 times this year. 8 for 6. I mean, basically you got a 50-50 shot of this number hitting. If you like it, I would not mind taking it at all. But I think I'm going to lay off. We'll see. You might have to check out Captain by Hook tomorrow. I might add it to the sheet. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for that game. I don't think I want to do anything else. I'm going to check out one more thing, actually. What is touchdown passes? Stroud over 1.5. You know what? I will take both Stroud and Flacco's over passing touchdowns. Honestly, the one I'm more nervous about is Joe Flacco, just because they might not need it because of the game script. But I genuinely do like the idea of thinking about C.J. Stroud and Joe Flacco both having 2 passing touchdowns each. They're probably going to need it at some point. So yeah, I think I genuinely like that a lot. So that's probably where I'm going to be sitting at for that game. I think I feel good because yeah, I want to get a lot of action on this game because there's going to be a few games like this upcoming one. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know how much action I'm going to have on it. Chiefs Dolphin. Give me Pacheco anytime at minus 110. Want to make sure I spelled his name right. Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown minus 110. Raheem Mostert at plus 1. If I'm going to take anyone from the Dolphins, I'm going to take Raheem Mostert, so we'll take him. I just don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. This is the game I really don't truly know about at all. The Chiefs have been just so inconsistent. It's hard to figure out. Mahomes have over 1.5 passing touchdowns minus 152. For Tua, it's plus 144. Too much juice. Kelsey, 59 receiving yards. Rasheed Rice is 65. The receptions are 5.5, 5.5. You know what? I'll take Tyreek Hill to have a touchdown just to get some revenge and revenge in Kansas City. I don't know. He's kind of hurt right now. That's the only thing. He's hurt. You could tell from last game. They had to play him in the last game as well. Man, I don't know. Like I said, I'm nervous about it, man. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't. 9, 6, 7 receptions. His over's at 6.5. His receiving over's about 80. He's hit that 3 out of the last 5 games ish. I don't know, man. I'll go with him anytime touchdown as well. And then basically, I'm giving out both Hill and Mostert. Pick your favorite from the two. I'll take both. I would recommend picking your favorite from the two. I truthfully do not know how many times the Dolphins are going to score. And it's nothing against them. It's nothing against them, truly. With the weather-wise, I don't know how the speed's going to translate. It's supposed to be one of the coldest games in a while. Last time these two teams played as well, if you want reference, a lot of these teams have played each other this year, which is kind of interesting. If you want reference for that, the last time these two teams played was they played in Munich, Week 9, 21-14 win for the Chiefs. Rasheed Rice had a touchdown. Jerick McKinnon had a touchdown. They also had a return touchdown, and then it's only 2 touchdowns for Cedric Wilson and Raheem Mostert. Both teams look completely different though than they did this day, so you gotta take this game with a pinch of salt because I think both these teams are fairly different than what they were in that game. But yeah, I lean Chiefs minus 4.5. I don't know if I can take it. 4 just seems like a little bit too big. When it comes to any yards, I read off the yards or anything. I don't really like any of the yards. Passing prop wise, 252 and 237 for both these guys. Don't really like it, especially if this was in Miami. I'd probably be a little bit more willing, but the fact it's going to be cold and freezing, it tends to lean towards running the ball. Pacheco over 64.5, I might actually take. Mahomes over rushing is 28.5, a little too much. Tua's 5.5. It's just Tua. Tua would go. He can go with 3 games without scrambling. In other games, he will. So I'm probably just gonna stay away from that. Isaiah Pacheco though, I'm probably gonna take his rushing over. If you take away the Vegas game, he played like ass in the Vegas game, but he's been 64.5. He's been all around this over. 89, 55, 110, 26, 130. It's just basically, if he can get into the right rhythm, it seems like he hits this number, so I'm going to go with that. Sorry, I'm already out of room. Alright, I got by the way, side note, got a fancy little yearly planner that's supposed to help me be a slightly bit more organized when it comes to writing these podcasts and everything. But the only issue is, oh shit, I'm on the big part. That ain't good. We might have to push some of these to the Redbeard side, because I actually think that I'm on the big pages. Damn, I'm on the big pages. That's crazy. Yeah, we're going to start writing some stuff in the Redbeard stuff. Yeah, I should have organized this a little better. Not going to lie. Yeah, I thought I had a lot more room to write on. I did not, so we're going to have to start being a little bit more careful. But yeah, I am taking Pacheco's rushing over. I'm going to take him to score anytime. I like Mostert or Tyreek Hill to score anytime. Pick who you want. This is going to be a live betting game for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I just got 8 p.m. Peacock, too. I truly got nothing in this game that, like, there's nothing about this game that makes me super excited to bet it. That's the best way to put it. Especially with the cold and the injuries. Like, Steelers, Bills. I hate to say this, but I'm going to take Steelers plus 10. I think the Bills will keep it. I think the Bills will be able to win. But, I mean, even a 9-point win for them is a great win in the playoffs. That's just my view of it. So, Steelers plus 10, especially with the bad weather, I think the Steelers will be able. It's supposed to be super, super windy and everything. This, like, screams Pittsburgh run game. Steelers plus 10, I do genuinely like that. I don't know, man. I mean, it just feels awful to bet on this horrible Steelers team, but with how bad the weather is, yeah. I won't lie to you, there's a good chance I probably stay away from this game, like, giving out play-wise, but these two actually have not played this season either, which is kind of nice. So this is the first time matchup in a while. At least for this season, the Bills are super, super hot. The Steelers this year, I guess. Truthfully, I think I'm going to stay away from this game. I got nothing that, like, super excites me about betting it. Josh Allen anytime maybe at minus 105. I wouldn't mind that. Man, just looking at this stuff, it's kind of making me sad. I truly do not know. Josh Allen, passing touchdowns over 1.5 is plus 130. I kind of don't mind that. I don't mind that too bad, but so I'm probably going to take him to score over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Receiving wise, I don't think there's really anything I want to take. Like Diggs, I lean Diggs a little bit, but how good is he actually going to be? I feel like they haven't used him right in a few weeks. Last week he had 7 for 87, then it's 4 for 26, 5 for 29, 4 for 48. I mean, there's just, like, no confidence. Like, I have no confidence in a lot of these, like, receivers. They have Diggs, Cook, and Dalton Kincaid. They don't even have half the Steelers roster, the Bills rosters up when it comes to receptions. Dalton Kincaid might be the only one to leave. We're going to look up Dalton Kincaid's stats, and we're going to look up James Cook's rushing and Najee's rushing, and that's probably what I'm going to call it. 7 for 84 and 4 for 87 the last two games. I will take Dalton Kincaid's over. He's at least been kind of hot the last two games. I look for them to involve him a little bit more. Kincaid over 30. It's 34.5 receiving yards. I actually don't mind that. He's hit 80 the last two games, and even if you want to go the 34 number, he's hit 34 a good amount of the season. So basically, it's just gonna come down to if they get him involved, he's gonna be big part of it, and I personally think he will be because I don't think Gabe Davis is going to be playing. And then, who's the last one I said we were going to look up? Najee Harris's rushing yards. They got James Cook at 65, Najee at 60, Mason Rudolph at 4.5. I mean, I won't lie, that one is it's weird because they didn't have like half the rushing stats all season when it comes to QB rushing yards, and then now I'm seeing a lot of everybody's. I was like, oh, okay. I'm probably not going to take Rudolph, though. He, in the 3 games he's played, 4, 5, -1. It's not 4.5. It's plus money, though. So, it might be worth, throwing in a fun little QB rush parlay. I've done that a few times this year. I had like 5 guys for the rushing over. Usually I've gone about 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 with a lot of them. So, that's kind of discouraged me from taking them. Najee Harris, though, we'll look at him and then we're moving on because he's gotten over 60 the last 3 games, so he isn't on an NBA jam. I will take Najee Harris's rushing over. Both those games, he's gotten 20 carries, basically the 3 games to do it. So in hopes of getting this rushing over, we need to get Najee a lot of carries. But yeah, that's going to do it for the Buffalo Bills-Steelers game. My lane, like I said, I think Steelers cover, but I think the Bills are going to win. I think Bills have no issue winning. I just don't know if they're going to cover the 10. Moving on to Green Bay Packers, Cowboys. Lane Cowboys 7.5. I'm going to take Cowboys 7.5. They should blow the Packers out, but I will not be shocked if it's going to be a close game. The biggest thing, if I think Cowboys win, they're going to win big. Even, like, there is a world where they probably win it close, but I just don't know, man. CD touchdown, anytime touchdown. I just, like, stuttered over my words. I don't want to get that out so fast. Minus 150. I'm going to be all over that. Jaden Reed. I mean, if I'm picking a guy from the Browns, I'm going to take Jaden Reed. I don't mind him at all. Or Romeo Doubs. Honestly, Romeo Doubs is a decent scoring machine for them as well. Plus 240. So, yeah, if you like any of those guys, all three of those guys are going to be the three guys I'm focused on. CeeDee Lamb, Jaden Reed, and Romeo Doubs. CeeDee Lamb's a for sure. CeeDee Lamb has scored now for 2 months in a row. He scored 8-9 games in a row. So, CeeDee Lamb is automatic. I'm going to be all over him. Passing-wise, Dak Prescott to have over 1.5 passing touchdowns minus 172. I'm going to stay away. Jordan Love is also minus money, so I'm going to stay away from that. Receiving yards, CeeDee Lamb's over 100. I'm good. I might take Brandon Cooks over because he's been sneaky good as well. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a big game. I just don't want to bet him 100 yards. It's so many damn yards. 39.5. Cooks has hit it 2 games in a row. So I'll risk a little bit on it. Yeah, this sheet's already all the way filled up. I'm going to have to, like, take a break to actually make it organized. Yeah, I'm going to have to start writing in the journal. I ran out of goddamn room. This is wild. I don't think this is the first time all year I've ran out of room on a paper. Sorry, I have to make a whole new entry in one of the journals so I have enough room. Yeah, I am on Brandon Cooks' receiving over, though, 39.5. I do not mind that at all. He's actually scored a touchdown 3 games in a row, so I'm actually going to take him to score a touchdown as well. I like that. Moving on to the rest of the game. I don't know if there's anything really else I'm going to take. I think I like just sitting with the touchdown scores and the spread. I don't think I want to mess with any yards. Dak Prescott and Jordan Love's rushing yards will be the last thing to look at. Jordan Love, his rushing yards. Yeah, he hasn't gotten in a while. I'm good. He doesn't seem like he's been running a lot lately. Dak Prescott, I don't think his is going to be much better, but there is a chance. He didn't rush at all last game, but he at least has some. Dak has at least shown that he's willing to rush. For 14.5, I'm good. I'm going to stay off. 2 more games to talk about. Rams, Lions. Woo! This is going to be a good one. I'm going to be on a lot of stuff in this game. I'll tell you what, this is going to be the game where I'm probably take a lot. I'm going to give out a few touchdown scores here. Give me Cooper Kupp. I like Kupp. I like Amon-Ra. I'm assuming that, what's his name? Sam Laporta's not playing because of injury. Kupp, Amon-Ra, David Montgomery or Gibbs. Choose between. I love one of the running backs are for sure going to score. I don't know who, though. I don't know. I lean Gibbs, so I'm going to take Gibbs, but I would not be shocked if they give Monty a goal line carry. Puka Nacua plus 125. Love that one. And then if you want a dark horse, Demarcus Robinson has been pretty decent these games, plus 320. And then when it comes to, I'll give you one more Lions player. Donovan Peoples-Jones at plus 850 might not be a bad one. He's at least on the field. So that Josh Reynolds at plus 380 as well. I'll probably take Josh Reynolds for the long shot, but I'm good with Cooper Kupp, Puka. I didn't get Kyren Williams. So yeah, Kupp, Amon-Ra, Gibbs, Puka, Robinson, and Kyren Williams are all guys I like. I know it's a lot, but I think this game is going to be about a 38-30 type of battle. That's about where that's where I'm genuinely starting to lean towards. It's going to be in the high 30s, it's going to be in the 30s. I guess doesn't have to be the high 30s, but I think both teams potentially have a chance to get in the 30s. I don't think I'm going to be able to take any props. Kupp over 68, Puka over 76. Actually, has not hit that number in 2 weeks, but I'm very tempted to take it. Reception-wise, Cooper, I'm going to take him over his receptions. He has gotten a lot lately. This is 5.5. He's gotten a lot of receptions lately. Don't worry, I'll read all these bets off at the end if you like have missed anything or you feel like you have. I'll read all these off at the end. I might take his receiving yards as well. We'll see. I'm torn on Cooper Kupp's receiving yards, so we'll see about that one. Puka Nacua. I'm probably going to take his over is at 5.5 receptions as well. I'm probably going to take that. Yep, no doubt. I'm taking that over as well. Over 5.5. So yeah, I love both of these two receivers' receptions. I think they're going to get involved 100%. See, I don't know if there's anything else I'm really going to take, though. Like, rushing-wise, I'm probably going to stay away from the rushing props because I don't know what's going to happen. Receiving-wise, I'm probably going to stay away from the yards. The yards are a little bit too wild. Like, it's 60, 70, 80 for the first three receivers, and that's Puka, Cooper Kupp, Amon-Ra. Those are three guys I love. If anything, I might just stick to receptions at least this round. They have a lot of good reception numbers. Amon-Ra, 100, 190, 100. So his at least is on an NBA. Amon-Ra's on an NBA Jam receiving wise if you want to take his over. So I might be obligated to take him. Reception wise, Amon-Ra is sitting at 7.5 receptions. He's gotten 7, 12, 6, 7 the last few games. So they actually have that number pretty right. So I'm going to stay away from that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take anything else in that Lions game. I don't think so. I think that's where I'm good. I'm going to hold it. And then last game for the weekend, Bucs, Eagles. By the way, right before I give out my specials, I'll go through what I think of each game and who I think is going to win. That should take me about 5-ish minutes. But Bucs, Eagles, Mike Evans, baby. They finally have him at minus money, minus 105. I'm going to take Mike Evans to score a touchdown. The Eagles DBs are kind of butt. I think I'm going to be all over. I think I'm going to be all over Mike Evans' stats. I kind of want to be, but at the same time, I just don't. Yep, Mike Evans at 69.5 receiving yards. So I'll take a Mike Evans CD. I'll take his receiving yards. The biggest thing is going to come down to Baker. Baker's pretty hurt, so that does make me really nervous. They don't even have any Eagles stats out yet. Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions is minus 158. That's hella juice, but I'm gonna give it out. I'm gonna look for it to not be as bad. I have a lot of bets. Man, I have a lot to write about when it comes to the article. Sheesh. Yeah, they don't have any really bets out for any players. Like, they have A.J. Brown to score, and they have all these guys to score, but they have nothing for their yards, so it makes me question if they're even going to play or not. Baker Mayfield to have over 1.5 passing touchdowns. If you think he will, it's plus money. I kind of do think he might, just because of how bad that defense is. But yeah, I really don't want to take any Eagles props. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown for sure, just because of the tush push. I feel like that might come in handy. If there is an injury to receivers, I'm trying to think of who the third most likely receiver. Like, if Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are both hurt, does that mean Zacchaeus will probably become the bigger target? He's plus 800. Quest Watkins plus 1,000. I don't know. That's going to be a big question. Big reason I'm going to stay off a lot of these props is just because the Eagles players are hurt. So yeah, when it comes to the actual games themselves, my actual game predictions, I like the Cleveland Browns minus 2.5. I like that. And by the way, these are not my bets. I'll give my bets out right after this. These are games that basically if I have to pick the games and pick a spread, I'm like forcing myself to do this, to pick a game, pick a spread, just to give you guys like a lean so you have a general idea where my mind's at. Browns, I do like the Browns minus 2.5. Chiefs, Dolphins, I think I lean Chiefs minus 4.5, especially because of their home field. I think they're going to be able to get that done. Steelers, Bills, I think Bills win. Steelers cover, so I think that this could be like a 28-20 type game, especially because of weather. Might be somewhere around there where you at least get a cover with the Steelers. Packers, Cowboys, I see Cowboys winning by over a touchdown. I do think, however, this is going to be a really good game. I think it's some situation where, we get a little bit back and forth, maybe ends up 17-17, and then the Cowboys are able to pull away late. So look for the late pull away there. Rams, I am taking Rams plus 3, by the way. I forgot to give that out as well. Rams plus 3, I am taking. But I also lean Rams plus 3. I think they at least keep it within the field goal, if not even steal the game. Would be hilarious. Matt Stafford comes home, steals the game from the Lions to move on. But I will keep them at least to do that. And then Philadelphia Eagles, Bucs. Bucs are 3-point dogs now. I do kind of lean that 3 points, but I think the Eagles win. They're so damn injured. The Bucs are just kind of injured a little bit. So I I lean the Eagles, but I mean, whoever wins this game, I think is probably going to get beat in the next round, just how bad their season's been injury-wise. But yeah, that's where I lean there. Here are all my bets. All my bets for the weekend. Cleveland -2.5. David Njoku anytime touchdown. Cooper anytime touchdown. David Njoku and Dalton Schultz over 200 yards combined, 2 touchdowns combined. Njoku over 5.5 receptions and over 56.5 receiving yards. Brandon Cooks receiving over. CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown. Jaden Reed anytime touchdown. Oh, sorry. Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs. Choose between those two. I'm probably going to take Jaden Reed anytime touchdown. Brandon Cooks anytime touchdown. You know what? Screw it. Romeo Doubs anytime touchdown. It's last games of the season. We might as well take it. Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown. Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown. Raheem Mostert anytime touchdown. Pacheco's rushing over, which is like 64.5-ish. CJ Stroud, Joe Flacco. Both of them have over 1 passing touchdown each. I like the Steelers +10. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I like Dalton Kincaid's rushing over. I love... sorry, did I say it's rushing over? Dalton Kincaid over 34.5 receptions. Excuse me. I love Najee Harris's rushing over. That's what I meant. Cowboys -7.5. Brandon Cooks anytime touchdown I already told you about. And then Cooper Kupp, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson, Kyron Williams. In some combination of those, I think 2 or 3 of those guys are going to score, so I'm going to try to mix it up there. Cooper Kupp over 5.5 receptions and over his receiving yards, which is about 60-ish. Amon-Ra is on NBA Jam for his receiving over, if you like that. Puka Nacua over 5.5 receptions. Mike Evans, anytime touchdown. Mike Evans receiving over, which is about 54-ish. Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. And Rams +3. Like I said, I will be working on the art. My goal is to have this article for this out Friday. So my goal is going to have it out tomorrow. I'm going to be grinding to get this one out of the way just because there's a lot more props. So that's going to be my goal. I'm going to have this out by Friday night, if not Friday night, Saturday morning. And I have one final thing to do for you people. We got some Wild Card Weekend specials. Super Wild Card Weekend specials at that. By the way, all field goals. So let's get it. Each team to score 2+ field goals in the wild card round. Plus 20,000. I'm just going to hope for some defensive battles here. If we get that, then we have a chance for that. I don't know if that's going to happen. Plus 20,000, that would be ridiculous not to take it. Because what is that? So the teams I just read out. You just need each team to kick 2 field goals. If the defenses are hot, like they seem to be this year, we might have a chance because the scoring, I think, went down again. I don't know if it's second or third year in a row. I forget how many years in a row, though. I think it's at least 2, but scoring went down again this year. So the defense are holding up tight. So I maybe look for maybe some teams to get stuck with field goals. But something I do love, a 60+ yard field goal to be scored in the wild card. The main thing I'm seeing in my head, I saw Justin Tucker doing this, but then it's like, oh yeah, the Ravens are on bye. So 60+ yarder plus 750. I'll probably do like a $10, $15 sprinkle on this. I'm not going to do a full unit bet on this, but plus 750, I think that's some really good odds. I mean, it's just for a chance. Matt Gay kicked a 57-yarder, and he would have drilled it. He just missed it slightly right. So it's like, there is a general chance that this could happen. Each team to score 1 field goal in the wild card round is plus 700. I like this a lot more than each team to score 2. This is probably one of my favorite ones. This is top three favorite for sure. I'm about to read you my other 2. Another one, a 60+ yard field goal to be scored in the playoffs plus 300. Why not? Instead of just the wild card weekend, now extends for the whole playoffs, and that's when I'm like, all right, Justin Tucker could definitely easily kick a 60-yarder if it comes down to it, so I like that. And each team to score 1+ field goal in the playoffs. Love it. Makes me nervous because they could easily lose after this round if the Bucs don't kick a field goal, and then they get eliminated. That's the only thing that worries me is if a team gets eliminated right away without kicking a field goal, that kind of kills it all. But plus 260 for each team to have a kick in the playoffs, I think it's doable. But that's going to do it for today. I gave out a lot of information. Like I said, if it felt like an Engage 8 blitz to you and you just kind of got missed out, like whoa, there's too much going on. It's the NFL playoffs, man. I'm trying to lose all the money I gained this year, pretty much. I'm going to throw it all out there. Very excited. Just wait till Super Bowl weekend. If you are new to this series, if you're new to this channel, new to this podcast, last year for the Super Bowl, I think I had 22 bets alone just for the Super Bowl game. I think I'm about to that number close here today for the playoffs. So, yeah, it's not like the number of bets gets any lower. There's a lot of action. I mean, I have my toes dipped in the water, fingers dipped in water over here. I'm in the sand. I mean, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere in the playoffs. This hopefully will at least give you some action everywhere. So at least, like, you know, you can at least go into a game knowing, hey, I got at least something to root for. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your all support. I truly do appreciate it. Probably going to give out most of these on Captain by a Hook. Just slightly more organized because it's not going to be as much of a hangout session as this kind of was. I do generally look forward to the Thursdays now. This is what's more it's going to be like, where I'm just talking bets with you guys. I'll say something out loud, like, you know, oh, like Mike Evans receiving over. It's like, oh, I do like 4.5 at 150. Odds are kind of butt. I just wish, obviously, I wish there was somebody here because then I could have an actual conversation, bounce back and forth. I'm basically having a conversation with people that can't answer, but you at least hopefully got some of my mind process through it all. You got an idea of what I like. Like I said, if you want to check out the NBA Jams, I'll have those in the article for Friday set up on Stare Down Sports. I can, just because I need to double check to see if all the numbers are still good, who's on and who's still not. Because there's a few teams who are out now, there's a few teams who are in, and then some people sat guys that might have messed up with the numbers and everything. So I have a little bit more digging to do on that, so I wanted to wait a little bit longer. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Insane week in the NFL between the firings, and now we have playoffs happening. I mean, football's hitting its stride, man. We're right, basically a month from now we'll be in the Super Bowl, and then it's off season, man. So enjoy every game while you can. We don't get much more football left. We're already down to you lose, you're gone. Enjoy the rest of the season, man. It's not going to last too much longer. I will see everybody on Friday, and if you decide not to check out my boys' show that I'll be on, I will see everybody back in this feed on Tuesday to break down some wild card action.